now let's get into our emergency room, bro. Run that emergency room, bro. Run that emergency room, bro. So all praises Most High, we back, man. Listen,
that was a quick.
Sometimes I like to shock and awe.
Okay.
You know, and I maybe didn't say nothing to you men about what we're gonna do in the emergency room, but it's a Negro up in here. Mm-hmm. It's a Negro. I really don't think he won't nothing, but we got to try to do our best to help him out. So we got a video, and I got it. Yeah. He hates the Israelites. He's the urban apologetics. I think he's in the military. He's a chaplain in the military. That's kind of the imam of whatever military group he in. Is that a word, imam? Islam?
That's a word. Islam.
Okay, Islam. Well, Imam was the same thing. Yeah, he's a chaplain. When I was in the military, they had a chaplain. He didn't fall under nothing. He was just a chaplain. He just he might have had 3 or 4 different books. You know, he got a Kabbalah in there and everything. Wow. So all praise to the Most High. But listen, I want you brothers, man. Listen to this. This brother needs some help, man. You know, we love this brother, but he hate our guts. Play the video, man.
Newsflash, fans, the Bible is not written to us. Let me say that again. The Bible is not written to us, it is written for us.
Okay. Yeah, let it play. We got it.
Hey, let it play, bro. You go listen.
Family. So check this out. So on my way back from spending time with my baby girl in New York, I noticed that there was an excessive amount of security at the airport. I also was surprised that in 2024, there were still so many people in line that had on a mask. I couldn't figure that one out. So the line was long, but since I was a clear member, I was able to breeze to the front of the line. But then, even after getting to the front of the line, I still ended up getting pulled over to the side and having this TSA worker put his hands all over me. Random, huh? I don't think so. But anyway, to my surprise, I was pleasantly surprised by while I was waiting on my flight, I saw my dog Charles and his family. Now, they must have been late or something because I didn't get a lot of time to spend time with him because he was dragging behind everyone. So anyway, I just hope that, I was hoping that when I got on the plane and they closed the door, that it actually stayed closed. That's what I was grateful for. Lord knows I wasn't trying to get on the plane and get caught up in the clouds prior to Jesus coming back. But on the real, I just really was hoping that there wasn't any Karens on board that was going to scare everyone to death by pointing out all the fake people that was actually there on the flight. So, but look, I'm going to land my plane with this one.
Come on with it.
There's nothing on that plane that could have been even more entertaining than the 3-hour interview where it's hard to tell the truth from a lie. So, 3,000 books a year, fam? Nah. And for those of you who do not know, a basketball court is 31 yards long, not 40. So don't be deceived. Everything you see is not real. So obviously the details in that story.
Hold up. So what he did, he trying to prove a point, and I don't want. Let's not get caught up in this, but I want this whole video to play so we can see what he's trying to prove. He just told us a story. And he threw some key elements out there that we probably know about. He finna explain it. Keep playing.
But many of you were still able to follow that story and understand everything that I was talking about.
Hey, hold up. Now remember, he said before it started that the Bible wasn't written to us.
It was written for
us. Right. That's the premise of the whole thing. So keep playing.
The original audience and can understand everything that I was talking about. So I threw off little hints about stuff that you instantly were able to pick up on simply because you know everything that's going on in the world right now. So I don't have to fill in those details. So let's start from the very beginning and see if you caught everything that I threw out. So the first thing that I said was there was an excessive amount of security at the airport. Now, I don't have to tell you that the reason security is changed at the airport is because of what happened on September 11, 2001. I don't have to tell you those details. As soon as I mention security at the airport, excessive amount of security at the airport, everybody knows why security at the airport is different than it was many years ago. So I don't have to fill in those details for you. Let's check out the next one. The next thing that I talked about was people being surprised that there were still so many people that were wearing masks. Now, I don't have to tell you that the masks are talking about the pandemic and how back a couple of years ago, everyone was wearing masks. And now it's surprising that if you see a lot of people in the airport wearing masks, I don't have to fill in those details for you.
Hey, hold up. Y'all kind of see where he going with this, right?
Right. You got to fill in the details on certain things.
Because he said the Bible wasn't written
for us.
It wasn't written to us. It was written for us. So basically what he's saying is there's little nuances in the Bible that we may not understand because it was written 2,000 years ago.
Okay,
and it was written to that audience and not to the people. So, and I want to finish the video because I got some. Finish the video.
Associate the mask with the pandemic, with the coronavirus. Again, I don't have to fill in those details because you are the original audience. If somebody else is watching this video years from now, they're not automatically going to pick up on those details of the mask. And looking it up in English to see what the etymology of the word mask is not going to help me to understand what the actual concept and the reason why people were wearing those masks and why it was so surprising to me. Does that make sense? Now, my dog Charles. Now, I actually do have a friend named Charles who lives in New York. But is it going to be as obvious to someone hundreds of years from now or 1,000 years from now that I wasn't talking about a literal dog? And again, if I look up that word dog in the original language, it's not going to tell me if I'm talking about a 4-footed beast or if I'm using that as common vernacular for someone who is a friend of mine. Again, this is where us going back and looking up stuff in the scriptures and the original Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic may not always give us the context of how a word was being used. For instance, in the scriptures in Psalm 78:25, it says that man did eat angels' food. Now, you can look up angel, you can look up food, but it's not going to give you the context to understand that when the writer was talking about that, it was talking about the manna that fell from heaven. Again, angels are not eating food. So again, looking up those words in the original language isn't always going to help. We have to understand the context. But someone who David was writing to, David didn't have to pick that or bring that out because they automatically did. Now, the door staying closed. There's just a recent article that talked about. All right,
that's enough of this dude. I
finally got it.
So do y'all get what he's
saying? Going with it.
He's saying since the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago, that we don't understand the context. That's why he said it was written for us, not to us.
We're not the original audience, so this ain't.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
Our people are stupid as hell.
So now we do know that the New Testament writers, did they quote Old Testament?
They sure did.
Right.
So was the Bible written to them or for them? Because if it's 2,000 years between the Old Testament and the New, what was Paul talking about?
Right.
Matter of fact, give me Romans 9:13, man. I'm just gonna show you something. And I won't. This is an idiot, man. This is an idiot.
Yes.
When I seen his face, I was like, oh, this dude.
Yeah, a whole lot of talk.
All that talk. He went through all that, made up a story about going through the airport and all that to try to say that since we the original audience, we gonna understand about Karen, about the dough flying off in the plane on the plane. Y'all heard about that, I'm pretty sure. Cat Williams did the 3,000 books in a year. You know, he ran a 40-yard dash in 3 seconds or whatever. But saying anyway, a bunch of garbage, all to get to trick you. Just think, oh, you know what? Maybe we're not the original audience. Maybe we can't understand the Bible. Right. Read what Paul said, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written.
As it's written. So this is what Paul is talking about. And evidently he understood, even though he might not have been the original audience, it was written to him. Keep reading.
Jacob have I loved.
So Paul said, Jacob have I loved. He said, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. Read.
But Esau have I hated.
Well, where did he get that from? Right. Where did he get that from? Go to Malachi. Go to Malachi, because he said, as it is written, meaning he got this from somewhere. Let's see where he got it from. Malachi 1.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse
1.
Start 1.
Yeah.
Verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
Read.
I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
So The same thing being said in Romans 9:13. Paul got it from Malachi chapter 1. Now, there was a huge gap between the two writers, but he understood what Malachi was talking about, and he repeated it again in the New Testament. Right. So, I got another one for you. Then I'm going to let y'all go. Give me Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. Exodus chapter 20 and verse, go to verse 14. Exodus 20 and 14. Read that, bro.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that I can't understand that because it was written a long time ago?
Wow!
You don't understand the context.
I don't understand the context.
That's one verse.
What is he talking about?
Right.
That's what I want to understand. What is he talking? What you think, Officer Cass?
I know he don't know what he's talking about.
Right. All praise, y'all go ahead, man.
Hey, can I get Romans 11:1 real quick?
Go ahead.
Just want to show like what you were talking about. Paul often quotes things that are written in the Old Testament,
and there was a significant gap between the writers.
Right. So it's this. What we're going to see is that the Bible is always written to a specific audience, whether in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, and in 2024.
Right.
Watch it. Romans 11:1.
Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Because that's what he's trying to say. He's really trying to say that God has cast away the Israelites. The Bible ain't written to the Israelites no more. It's written for everybody. Paul says, I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. What I want everybody to understand is Paul ain't the first person to say that. Let me get Psalm chapter 94 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 14.
Come on.
For the Lord will not cast off his people.
Wait a minute. What King David say? Because he pulled King David in the video. Read it again.
For the Lord will not cast off his people.
It said, for the Lord will not cast off his people. Come on.
Neither will he forsake his inheritance.
Neither will he forsake his inheritance. Who is his inheritance? The Israelites. So if the Bible was written to the Israelites during the time of the Psalms, it was still written to the Israelites during the times of Paul in the Roman captivity. It's still written to the Israelites to this day. You gotta stop playing. You gotta stop playing with us, bro.
Hey, let me get one, man. Cause I keep hearing this word understand. People saying understood. Let's get Psalms 111 and 10. This is why this brother does not have any understanding. This is why he has his problem.
Delusional.
Read that.
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10.
Come on.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
A good understanding, meaning you're going to understand these scriptures, you're going to understand this word if you are keeping the commandments. That brother got a face smoother than a baby's booty. He looked like he actually enjoyed the pat down from the guys at TSA. Dang. That brother don't have no understanding of the scriptures, and because he ain't keeping the commandments. But the men you see on this panel, the men you see teaching on the Sabbath, those men are keeping the commandments. That's why they understand this. That's all I got.
I don't want to lose the thought because he did say a whole bunch of deep nothing.
Right,
so the point was the Bible wasn't written
to us, but for us.
But for us. So it wasn't written to you personally, but for you to kind of have an overall scope of something. Maybe you can fill it in, maybe you can't. I like what y'all went to. What you got?
Now I just want to say, because it was confusing. So
it was a little confusing. Deep dummy.
What I get from when he said it ain't wrote to you, meaning if it's wrote to you, that means you know all the context of what he writing to you.
Right.
But it's written for you, meaning you don't need to know all the context.
Right.
Okay, I kind of get it.
I'll pray. You kind of get it or you get it. I think
I
we got to get it now.
We got to
get it. Get Proverbs 18 and 2. The Lord put the Spirit on you. Asked this question earlier in the week. Remember you asked this question, Proverbs 18 and 2?
Yes,
we was
sir.
talking about this. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 2. This is what we just seen. This is a perfect example of a fool.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 2.
So y'all brought out y'all scriptures about the reference of Romans 9:13. Paul was quoting Old Testament. Romans 11, Paul was quoting Old Testament. Now we just finna flat out and say, the dude is a damn fool.
That's what he got.
A fool have no delight in understanding.
He ain't got no delight in getting the real understanding of the Bible, what it's really saying. Go ahead.
But that his heart may discover itself.
But he want to just express himself to make himself feel better about himself. It got a footnote in this Bible. It got like a letter 1. I'm going to read it. I come down to the 1, and it says, express itself. So, but that his heart may discover himself, meaning he just wants to express himself to sound deep, to make somebody think he's smart. That's all it's saying.
Deep dummy.
Deep dummy.
It ain't in the Bible. It's of the Bible.
Right.
And then the crazy part,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, then the crazy part about it. Can you read Deuteronomy 28, verse? Just pick one. I mean, it's because it's
Right,
that simple.
that simple.
Right.
Like read verse 16.
Just pick one.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So the Lord told the children of Israel that they would be cursed in the city, right? And when you read throughout the curses, it tell you all the curses that would befall the children of Israel, which we know that's us.
Right.
So when he speak about it's not written to you, it's written for you, meaning you don't need to know all the context.
Right.
What he's saying is he's going in line with that old critical race theory thing. That's me thinking, because how much context do you need when you read Deuteronomy 28? From Moses telling us this thousands of years ago, you got literally thousands from Babylon, Persia,
Right.
Greece, Rome, America. You got all of that context
Right.
that you saying you don't need.
You know what that
Because it's written for you, it ain't written to you.
that go with
John
what that dude
3:16.
said?
Idiot.
What that dude, that preacher that's swagging and surfing? That
I
Some
forget
guy
that
from
dude.
Atlanta.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know
talking
his name.
They had New Year's party.
Yeah. The young brother that's preaching with the dreads, he said the same similar thing. I'm about to break it down for you. He said on one of his segments that you ain't got to know about the Old Testament. Just start with Matthew and read about the life of Christ. Don't worry about the Old Testament and everything else. You're just going to get confused.
Right.
Don't worry about it. You remember he said that?
That was Michael Todd that said that.
Right.
He came on Breakfast Club and said that.
That is-
Right.
They the same thing. They
It's
going
the
along
same-
with critical race theory.
It's the
They
same,
Exactly what
thing.
it is.
Don't worry
The
about
same
everything
thing.
in context. Just get an overview of the Bible.
Exactly.
Just try to be a good person. You know, just don't pick your nose in public. You gonna
Right.
get the kingdom. What the hell is this?
There's gonna be a lot of people that shell shocked when that day
What the
comes.
hell
For
is
real.
Exactly.
Hey,
Exactly.
look here.
Go ahead.
This brother, the biggest problem this brother's got is that he don't know who he is.
You sure don't.
He don't know who he is.
That's right.
But he
Small
likes
brain.
who he think he is.
Right.
That's the problem. Now ponder on that for a minute. He likes who he thinks he is. Go to Isaiah right quick. I'm gonna show you something. Go to Isaiah 46
Bring it out.
and 10. I'm gonna show you something because
Ain't nothing worse than a deep dummy.
He's getting tied up. Yeah, he's getting tied up into the generations and what the Bible is saying for that generation and for this generation and for the people now and for the people that'll be born in the future.
So when we read in Exodus 17 that the Most High gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
No, that's written for those people. That wasn't
No,
written. That's written. That's written.
That's right. That's crazy.
That's
That
written
don't
to
make
them.
sense.
It wasn't written for you right now, though.
Man,
That means till they
crazy.
stop generating.
Yeah, written.
Right.
Yeah.
It's written for you, not to you. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right, read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Now, because we know who we are, we understand that. We know that the Most High knows knows the end from the beginning. He knows the end from the beginning. Now, why did I read that? Let's go to Matthew right quick. Matthew, no, I'm going to go to Malachi. Malachi 3 and 6.
Bring it out.
Malachi 3 and 6. Because he declared the end from the beginning. Watch this.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
So the Israelites are still here too. The Israelites are still here. And the Most High knew the end from the beginning. So with that being said, now this brother said, what did he say? This Bible was not written for us.
It was
Right.
written for us, not to us.
Written for us.
Like for us
Not-
today to read, but it wasn't written to us personally.
Now for his information, it was written for us, by us.
And to
to
us. All right.
Hey, let me get one right quick, cause now, hey, y'all know I like to keep it simple. Hey, let's get Psalms 147 verse 19. Cause if I want to show something to Officer Kez, I gotta show it to you. I can't say I want to show something for Officer Kez. No, I gotta show it to you, right? Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
That's it.
So there you go. But,
Hey, read it again. Read it again. Read it again. I just want to hear it again. Read it again.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
To who?
Unto Jacob.
So it wasn't written to you. Who was written to?
He showed his word unto Jacob.
Come on, man. That was a great one.
It's self-explanatory.
It's simple.
So what I gather is his problem is not that it was written to us, is that it wasn't written to white folks.
Right.
Right, that's the problem. It all goes back to the white folks.
I told y'all before we started that this guy hates the Israelites.
Yeah, man. He hates his own
He
skin.
hates the Israelites.
Because he's black. He had his gone because they black. He everything black. If it's black, he hate it. Black coffee, he hate it. Hate himself.
Hey, let me get one scripture.
black on the back of his neck.
He hate it.
Damn.
Go ahead, officer. Go
Hey,
ahead.
let me get one scripture. Hey, give me Psalm 78 and verse 5. Go ahead.
Say you hate to go to sleep.
Close his eyes.
He hate to black his eye in because they black.
Oh, man.
Hey, give me a Psalm
Boogie
78.
woogie, nigga.
Yeah. Get up Psalm 78 and 5 because it's going in the same context as the rest of everybody else done brought out. Because this Bible is written to us from the past, present, and future. And the Bible states that.
right.
Psalm 78 and 5 and read from 5 and verse 6.
Psalms chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob
Jacob, there's Israel.
and appointed a law in Israel,
There's Israel again.
which he commanded our fathers,
Our fathers of the Israelites, read on.
that they should make them known to their children.
To who?
That they should make them known to their children.
The children of the Israelites, right?
To who?
The children of the Israelites. The children, read on.
Let's say 2, now
Two.
4.
Two, not 4, 2. To their children. Read verse 6.
That the generations to come
The generations to come, the generations of the Israelites to come in the future, this Bible is written to you. Read.
might know them,
Might know them, read.
even the children
Even the children, read.
which shall be born,
So the children that shall be born in the future, read.
who should arise and declare them to their children.
To their children. So this Bible is written to the Israelites for all time. Point blank, period.
Hey, man, what was that scripture? Well,
So, like Psalm 78, 5 and verse 6.
I got to put that down.
So wait a
Listen,
minute.
like, so he lying.
Have the Israelites stopped having children?
No.
Oh, okay.
We still
Still
populate the earth
generating.
today.
Still generating. All right.
Matter of fact, get that Jeremiah 31:35. 31:35. Bro, that brother crazy. I told y'all.
Dumb it. Deep dumb it.
Deep dumb.
Hey, and this
Get him.
This is simply for anybody out there who get confused behind hearing other people talk about the Bible. Maybe
Right.
you window shopping, you coming out of Christianity, something's still confusing to you. You listening to the Israelites, you watching videos, then you go back to watching Christianity. Now we finna clear it all up. Ain't no confusion.
Right.
Don't be confused. I don't know. He sound like he right. He ain't right. He wrong. Damn it.
Right. Read that thing, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day,
Uh-huh.
and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night,
So he get the sun for a light by day, the moon for a light by night. Read.
which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar.
So we understand that the moon pulls on the sea and causes the tides. We understand that. Keep reading.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
That's his name.
If those ordinances depart from before me,
So if those ordinances, which is the ordinance of the sun and the ordinance of the moon, if they depart from the Most High God, read.
saith the Lord,
Uh-huh.
then the seed of Israel
Uh-huh.
also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So we still a nation, y'all.
The seed
That's
of
right.
Israel.
We still a nation,
Right,
bro.
right.
We still a nation. I got one more. Give me Romans
Bring it out.
15:4, man. Romans 15:4. We can just bust this dude upside
That's
the head
just so
all
hard
day.
to believe, man. It's just so hard to believe for folks. Like, the Lord love us that much. He said if the sun, moon, and stars wasn't here,
Right.
y'all wouldn't be here.
Right.
That's heavy.
'Cause guess who they made for?
Us.
That's
So
right.
if we wasn't here, then they wouldn't be here.
That's right.
That's
Hey,
right.
bro, it's so heavy. You don't think of just growing up black. Hey, the sun, moon, and stars here for me.
That's for me.
Nah, yes, bro, it's for you.
That's for
We
me.
can't accept that.
Right.
We got to. We got to. We the guys on this earth, bro.
Yes.
Right, that's right. And that needs no context at all.
Right, right. Well, I don't know what you talking about. That
Man,
brother
that's
crazy.
the love. That's the love of a father.
Man, the Most High,
Right.
man, you know he killed nations for us.
We
He
can't-
ransomed men for us. He put them to death.
That's like I'm just learning now as a parent. You have a kids. Your kids, they don't understand how much you love them. You might,
Right.
chastise them. Want to do. Hey man, you my son. I love you. The Lord looked at us like that. He wants us to get it right. He do so much for us, but we can't see how much He really love us.
Right.
we in a bad spot.
That's why I said we really jacked up.
We really jacked up.
Because we let the Most High had to put this base man on top of us.
Yes.
Crawling up out the sewer with a.
You see how he crawled about that thing?
Right.
He crawled about that thing?
Right.
It was his natural habitat.
Bruh. And then he's so crafty that he got our brother thinking that he one of him. He look in the mirror and see his own self. Read that scripture, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So we get hope through the scriptures. The things that are written aforetime, so the things written in Genesis, Exodus, that's all for our learning, right?
That's right.
That's right.
That's what the scriptures say. Go
That
ahead.
hope. I was thinking about how Bishop talked about that battle fatigue.
Right.
And a lot of, I experienced that. I'm pretty sure y'all have experienced that. And you get that hope from hearing the promises. Like, hey, you can endure. We're going to have power over the nations. Hey, bro,
We're going to rule them with a rod of iron.
We're going to rule them with a rod of iron. That
Right.
rat put his head up. We're going to knock his back down.
Right.
Come out the sewer. Get your ass back down up in there.
Come out them holes. That's what we're going to tell them. Because we know, all praise to the Most High, we see this happening. And I know we done strayed far away from the emergency room. We're going to get up out of here.
Oh,
but
praise.
we fishermen right now. The Most High has ordained us to be fishermen. But it's going to be a time that we're going to be hunters. And, all praise to the Most High. We're going to be hunters.
Get him.
Get them.
I think the brother have a heartbeat. Because he read the Bible. He don't understand it
What is-
because he ain't keeping the commandments. But the brother got a heartbeat.
The scriptures say, I find the scripture for him, bro. A living dog is better than a dead lion.
Right.
Let me find the scripture
Proverbs.
real fast, bro. Let me find the scripture real fast so we can.
So he ain't got no heartbeat. He
No.
done.
I'm saying he long as he alive, he good.
Okay, all right, okay.
Ecclesiastes 9:4.
Yeah, I'll praise. Good job, man. You found that thing fast.
The book of
He got a chance.
Read that.
Maybe.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 4. For to him that is joined to all the living, there's hope for a living dog.
So he said, for him that is joined to all the living, the brother's alive, bro. He's still alive. He in the emergency room. He need help. He's alive. Keep reading.
For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
So the scripture say a living dog, even though you're a lowly dog, like the woman said, even the dog eat from the master's table.
Get a crumb.
And a lion has so much power, so much pomp. He's beautiful. His mane is flowing. But if he's dead, keep
done.
reading.
No good.
For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die.
So the living know that they shall die, so they can get a chance to get it right. Keep reading.
But the dead know not anything.
It's over with.
Message.
Keep reading.
Neither have they any more a reward.
So it's over with. So the thing is, the brother's a living dog right now. He living amongst the dog. He love his oppressor, the dog. So all praise to the Most High, he's still living. Maybe, in the future we can come back and help this brother out, man.
Put a little anesthesia on him.
At least he'll pick up the Bible.
Right.
Some of our people won't pick it up. They tear it up. Hey, y'all remember we was in Meridian, and remember we saw the Bible had been tore up.
Right.
We got that in camp. So yeah, man, brother, at least pick up the Bible.
All praise. You got some hope for him. We're going to have some hope for him, too.
Just a little bit.
All praise to the Most High. Listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with our actual, what we supposed to be talking about today. We got caught up talking about Amalek, and we're going to have war with them, though. As long as y'all know, we're going to have war with them from generation to generation. The Most High said so.
That's right.
So we had to go into our emergency room to help that brother out. I think, like I said, he's an imam, a chaplain. He might be from the synagogue of Satan, too, man. So
I think he's a he-mom.
he's a imam.
Not an imam, a he-mom.
He-mom.
They had a cartoon named He-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But he ain't got no
Not
power.
man.
He ain't no He-Man.
He's a he-mom. He's not a
M-O-M.
he-man. He's a he-mom.
He ain't got no
Okay,
power.
All praise.
Damn.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.